CBS's 60 Minutes has been blasted today after it was revealed that they are up to their old fake news tricks again in a bid to undermine Donald Trump and his administration. The latest stunt was airing a sympathy segment which featured an employee who was supposedly a victim of Elon Musk's savage US aid cuts. But it turns out that's not the full story.
People are really scared. I think that 12 days ago, people knew where their next paycheck was coming from. They knew how they were going to pay for their kids' daycare, their medical bills, and then all gone overnight.
All gone overnight for Christina Dry and Adam Dubard, fired this month in the chaotic shutdown of foreign aid distributed by the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID. More than 8,000 USAID employees were sent home by the administration.
This commentator said 60 Minutes claimed Christina Dry was fired this month in the chaotic shutdown of USAID. What they didn't tell you, Christina wasn't a USAID employee. She worked for XLA and Jefferson Partners, providing speechwriting services for USAID Administrator Samantha Power, who resigned. Another day, another half-truth on prime time. This commentator was equally as enraged, saying 60 Minutes has never done a special on the jobs lost from the floods in North Carolina and the devastation it caused those families, but has the audacity to tell us to pity overpaid bureaucrats who got fired for doing the jobs taxpayers didn't need them to do. People who produce 60 Minutes are part of the problem in American society today. And the head of Doge, Elon Musk, weighed in on the program, saying 60 Minutes are the biggest liars in the world. They engaged in deliberate deception to interfere in the last election. They deserve a long prison sentence. And the USAID wasn't the only bit of sensationalized media aired on 60 Minutes this week. The hard-hitting journalists of 60 Minutes joined along as German police dramatically arrested a citizen for posting a meme online.
It's 6:01 on a Tuesday morning, and we were with state police as they raided this apartment in northwest Germany.
Hier ist die Polizei, wir müssen bitte mal mit Ihnen reden.
Inside, 6 armed officers searched a suspect's home, then seized his laptop and cell phone. Prosecutors say those electronics may have been used to commit a crime. The crime, posting a racist cartoon online. At the exact same time across Germany, more than 50 similar raids played out. Part of what prosecutors say is a coordinated effort to curb online hate speech in Germany.
Online commentators blasted the story, with this person saying, "It's a crime to insult people online in Germany. This is what left-wingers want the law to be in America, so they can arbitrarily arrest and prosecute anyone they want." The bizarre story comes after J.D. Vance's historical speech in Munich, which gave Europe some hard truths about what their country has become.
And expressing opinions isn't election interference. Even when people express views outside your own country, and even when those people are very influential. And trust me, I say this with all humor, if American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk. But what no democracy, American, German, or European, will survive is telling millions of voters that their thoughts and concerns, their aspirations, their pleas for relief are invalid or unworthy of even being considered.
And back to 60 Minutes, eagle-eyed commentators have unearthed an interview they did with Trump back in 2020, which was creatively edited to make him appear incoherent.
You're taking something that was investigated
Leslie,
by a Republican committee.
You think it's okay for the mayor of Moscow's wife to give him millions and millions of dollars, $3.5 million, to give his family $3.5 million? Do you think it's okay for Hunter Biden to say that we're giving the big guy 10% of this massive amount of money they're taking in? Do you think it's okay for all of these horrible things that you've seen where they're getting hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, where China gives them $1.5 billion to manage the family, $1.5 billion, and then he's supposed to negotiate. Let me tell you, it's the second biggest scandal.
So-
The biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign.
There's
last
no
night.
real evidence of that.
Of course there is. It's
No.
all over the place.
This commentator slammed the edit, saying, "Reminder, 60 Minutes was, is, and always will be a carefully orchestrated scam. Its meticulously edited segments are designed to manipulate those who prefer comforting illusions over uncomfortable truths." And with these recent scandals, it seems Donald Trump's scathing review of 60 Minutes during the last election has turned out to be spot on. He said 60 Minutes is a major part of the news organization of CBS, which has just created the greatest fraud in broadcast history. CBS should lose its license and it should be bid out to the highest bidder, as should all other broadcast licenses, because they are just as corrupt as CBS and maybe even worse.